more vocal exercises. Go.
Alright.
Take it away, Calum.
Oh, panda. Missy Griffin. Did I do it?
I started when you were gargling.
Okay. Good. Hello. Welcome back. Hi, YouTube. Welcome to YouTube. It's been a little while, hasn't it?
Just, a couple weeks.
That's fine. We were definitely preparing some big projects for the channel.
We actually kind of were. It's going to be like our first heavily edited video.
Hey, yeah, that's what I like to hear. I was faking it, but Kevin's got the backup.
We literally just talked about it. We played.
Oh yeah.
We played a game with Tom.
Yeah, if you remember him from previous episodes.
Yep, our only guest that we have ever had on CastPod.
And the only one we'll ever have in general. So
that is true. We do have another big franchise, big series planned.
Big extended universe planned for this.
We have a big series planned with Tom once, we all get more settled with our post-quarantine, still quarantine lives.
Yeah, we're still figuring stuff out.
What's going on with that? I can get a haircut now.
You can do pretty much anything now for the most part. You still got to wear masks for a lot of places. Got to do outdoor seating for
restaurants.
Restaurants, yeah. But for the most part, things are opening back up, and that's all thanks to our lovely local government. Even though a lot of people didn't like it, but hey, we're one of the best states in the country as far as that stuff. So take that.
Yeah, boy, I can't wait for this to never backfire. That's not gonna end poorly.
I am not changing my routine pretty much at all for the next couple weeks after things, even once we go into the green phase, which should be beginning of July. I don't plan on doing anything different until 2 weeks or more after that, because I want to see
give it
what happens. Yeah. Because first of all, I don't need to change anything. I already do everything that I need to do. There's nothing that I'm dying to get out and do right now, so I don't really care. Other people are dying to get out places, oh, finally I can go back to the bar. Finally I can go to TJ Maxx and go shopping. It's I don't care.
I saw this a little bit before we started. So it was on Facebook, and someone showed a bunch of protest pictures of the two big protests going on right now. The End Quarantine and then the Black Lives Matter protest.
Yeah.
And it's kind of entertaining to see how comical some of the really bad and the protests ones go.
Oh, they're hilarious.
It's please, we need strip clubs now. That was one I saw.
Oh my God.
There was one of open the darn salon, and
all
the perfect all the closed parts of the letters. So the middle of the O and the P and stuff. They were all colored in and nothing else. I just looked at that and I'm like, how bored were you, woman?
Yeah, no, I love all the people that are oh my God, I need to get this haircut. I need to, I don't even know, buy clothes. I was driving around today because I was getting lunch, and I noticed, sorry, I got distracted. I noticed that certain stores are still completely empty and other ones now are just packed. One of them, what were the really popular ones? The DSW shoes. There were like a crowd of people there.
Marshalls opened up today, and the local police department in my area put out a post saying, "Hey, if you're heading in this direction, be careful. It's lined up literally like, so you know the shopping center with the movie theater by me?
Yeah.
They were lined up from the Marshalls, which is like halfway through that strip, almost heading towards the movie theater." Like
Jeez.
they were crossing that like little road to the theater, which is, I can honestly say it's probably about at least 100 yards long.
And I saw another one just like that where they had a line just like going down the street for a Nordstrom rack, if you know that.
Yeah.
So it's just like people are just insane right now.
I
They're
feel like
like,
they
I
sell
need to buy
coats.
clothes. Yeah, it's basically like a clothing store.
Which I kind of get, but also like.
But I literally said to my sister while we were driving, and I'm like, "What? Did everybody eat their clothes in quarantine? Like, why is everybody desperate to like come out here right now? What is going on?"
And your sister was just like, yeah, pretty
Yep,
much.
yep. No more clothes.
Ate them all.
But yeah, it's ridiculous. Because I mean, I'm thinking like it would be nice to go see a movie again in a theater.
I
It
would
would be
like that.
nice to go to a bar again and hang out with friends.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't need to do that, and I'm not going to protest the government in order to make that happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get all uppity like I desperately need a haircut. I think I've talked about it before since we've been back.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I'm gonna go get a haircut, and then I decided, nah, I'll get it after work tomorrow, and that was the day before quarantine started.
That's actually hilarious.
So when I went to get a haircut the next day, yeah, nothing was open. So my hair is long overdue, and honestly, we're kind of making the best of it.
You don't look bad. I just saw your face cam.
Yeah,
So.
it's very shaggy. It looks like I have to wear a headband at work actually.
Nice.
It's that long, and so like me and the girlfriend, we decided, you know what we're gonna do? Like, I'm gonna commit to growing it out so we have at least 24 hours of man bun Kevin.
I'm down with that.
And then from there, who knows? I'll either get it's gonna be some sort of dramatic haircut. We were talking about going, like before I get it like actually styled, going like Sokka for a day with the very slim size and the man bun on top. So we were talking about having that as an option, and we'll see. Who knows?
Who knows? I think you should do. I'm trying to think of a person because I know the style, but I can't think of like a specific person that it fits. But the person who like the head is almost completely shaved, like buzzed down to like I don't know, a 2 or something.
Yeah.
But then keep all of the facial hair.
So you want me to look like I'm in a cult?
Yes.
I've also made that joke before. My mother did not appreciate it. My mom hates how shaggy I look. She hates it.
Well, yeah.
She does this thing with her hands where it's like she wants to she like maneuvers her hands so she looks like she just wants to grab it and rip it out. It's hilarious.
I think she might if you give her enough time.
But
same thing with Danny's mom. I remember last time I was hanging out with him, she was like, "When are you gonna get this shaved?" And he's like, "Literally never."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, come on." Shout out to Danny and his shagginess.
I'm kind of tempted to do like see how big I can make the beard and go full like because I have very thick hair and curly hair. And the only other person that I can think of that had very like a big beard and very thick hair and curly hair was the Macho Man.
Macho Man.
So I'm thinking about going full Macho Man.
The cream of the crop.
Oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim. So that's kind of a commitment I'm also considering as well, because he's one of the biggest meme wrestlers of all time, in my opinion.
Oh, hands down.
Also very hyped, and then he went insane.
I mean, can you blame him?
Literally insane.
Also, this is completely off topic, but I just noticed because we're in Discord, Tom is online playing
Minecraft, yeah. So either he's actually playing Minecraft and playing on a separate server, or he is just has Discord and Minecraft open.
Do you think he's just waiting for you to open the server?
I don't know. So there's a server that a bunch of us are on. Me, Calum, our good friend Dialex4, good old Thomas, Jefferson Kelly.
Even Joe at one point.
And I think we might do some videos in that as well.
I'm sure we will.
And so I can turn it on and off, and I open it up for our friends and stuff. And Tom texted us earlier this night, just going, "Hey, you got like." I don't know why he always does it in the group chat with you, but he does. No idea. But he's like, "Hey, Kevin, can you turn on the server this morning?" And I just go, "Sure, Tom. Just let me know when." He never lets me know when. He's currently batting 2 for 3 or 1 for 3 with actually letting me know.
But here he is online playing Minecraft, just not the Minecraft we thought he would be playing. But anyways, back onto actual relevant topics. So yeah, we haven't been doing much.
No.
In our time away from CastPod.
No.
But I think we're back now a little bit. We're gonna be a bit more consistent.
I think we just we fell behind because we recorded a bunch of other things, like the ranks and stuff. And so, like, say we record once a week, which it's about true. About once a week. We fell behind because we started doing the ranks and stuff to that nature.
Which are very fun.
Yeah, they're fun. And we also do a lot of, when we record CastPod, we record multiple episodes at a time.
Yep.
So I think, like, we recorded enough to have the next couple weeks covered, and then we just kind of lost it a little bit.
Yeah, I think what happens sometimes when we record multiple things is then we just get kind of comfortable and we're like, oh, we've got stuff. Yeah. We got stuff to come out. And then we just do other things. Because it's like recently I've been working like every day. And I just get exhausted after working. And then also I'll just be playing video games late at night. And then I'm like, I have to work in the morning. Yeah. I don't feel like staying up and recording an hour or two.
That happens to me all the time because I don't know who I wronged. Just kidding. It's the assistant manager of the store I work in. But this entire week, with the exception of tomorrow, I close. So, like, it's nice because I sleep in because the shift is from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. But by the time I get home, eat dinner, and if we don't specifically plan out doing it beforehand, and like by the time I'm like already good to get situated, Calum's already like either heading off to bed or I'm just like I'm heading off to bed.
Yeah, because like I have to wake up at 5 for my job, or even earlier sometimes. So it's like by the time it hits like 10, I'm like, if I'm not currently doing something, I'm just gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm just gonna have no sleep.
So I think we definitely need to work on that, which I definitely need to get my apartment a little bit more together. There's been a little bit of moving and shaking, not super rearranging, but a lot of upgrading my pets.
Not a ton of shaking, but definitely a little bit of moving.
Yeah, but So I definitely want to I want to figure out the best possible way to get this set up because it's nice because I got like the gecko wall behind me. So like with the videos and stuff, there's if you look behind me, there's something going on typically.
Yeah,
I'm
nice
looking
little
at you,
setup.
Blue.
Nice.
But I think we definitely need to get like at least for me. I think it would help if I have like a lot more of a formal space.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Which it's just going to be a little bit hard with rearranging because I've got 20 something tanks all over the room or the apartment.
So. And I don't really have that option because the space behind me is my mom's desk that she works at. So it's not like I can really take that over and be like, this is mine now. You made this? I made this.
I do have a layout idea, kind of, sort of, that I want to do for when we film that big series with Tom. And it's either going to be, it takes place in my living room with a couple of cameras all around, or it's going to be in my bedroom kind of up against a flat wall. But I'm going to have like at least 2 computers going for, let's just say, research purposes. Yes. And I do want to buy an obnoxious sized whiteboard.
I think that is necessary, yeah.
If I can get the ones that like they have at like in schools where it wheels, like it's on a stand with wheels.
Oh yeah.
I might go through with getting one despite having nowhere to put it.
That's perfect.
I guess
and you can get a little like a CCTV that is on a wheelie stand that you can just wheel around.
Yes.
And get 90s kids really excited.
Let me buy my overhead projector.
And they're like, oh yeah, it's a movie day.
Do you think overhead projectors are super expensive now, or are they still on the cheap end?
I honestly don't know. I am curious as to how much it would be. Do you want an overhead projector? Or do you want to get the classic little box thing with the mirrors and the little overhanging arm?
That's an overhead projector.
Oh, it is? Yeah. When I was thinking overhead projector, I thought of the ones that were literally attached to the ceiling.
Oh no, that's what I meant by like an overhead.
That's a projector that's over my head.
Yeah, that's. Gotcha. Yeah, no, the one with the arm on the cart.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Your teacher would always write on the clear plastic copy, except for the one cool teacher that would always just write on the glass and be like, "I'm just use Windex to clean it up," and think that all the other ones are idiots. And then they would always smudge it, or they would be blocking what you want to see with their hands because they have to point it out.
What a throwback. I remember. Yeah, those are good times. I miss those things.
Hey, quiet over there.
Actually, not really. I don't really miss any of those. But it's fun to talk about at least.
I think we've all, like, for our entire lives, we've been at a very odd point of technology. Because, like, us and a couple years plus or minus around us, we're always at the point where it's like, yes, we are on the cusp of like new things like Snapchat, like Facebook, like smartphones and stuff like that. But we're also we're in the wavelength where we're too broke to afford these things. Like 10 years above us, it's like, oh, when these things are coming out, I'm good enough that I can buy a new, like the new iPhone 3 and stuff like that. When everyone else is like, so hear me out, we got a free phone, and here are the 3 options. And like early days of middle school where everybody had like one of 5 phones.
Yeah.
Except for the rich kids. And then you get like the 10 years below us where they're just like, naturally, like, just with how things have progressed, they naturally just
given an
get them.
iPhone 7 when they're in like 4th grade.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
I said it once that I'm gonna bully my kids. I've already said that before.
You just ended the sentence there. But yeah.
But it's like there's gonna be some hilarious technological perks that I'm very excited for. That are just gonna happen one day. But I'm not gonna let my kids have any access to them and stuff.
I think it's for the best.
I think it's gonna be funny when if I have kids, I'm gonna bully them into playing a PS2 and the Game Boy Advanced.
I'd be like, Dad, it's not even in VR. Like, why would I even? There's no motion controls.
And I'll just give them a, yeah, you're right.
Meanwhile, you've got your Oculus Rift on your head and you're doing...
Nerd.
Got a trackpad under your feet playing the Call of Duty Black Ops 11.
Shut up, I'm playing video games with Cal.
I miss some of the classic stuff. Like, my first cell phone was dope. I don't remember what any of my old... I don't even remember what mine were called, because they were just some random, like, thing. Like, I never had, like, a Motorola Razr or anything like that. I had some random blue flip phone type thing.
Yeah.
But it was awesome, because it had a game on it. Because, like, that was the thing where back in the day you would just have games on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
I know kids nowadays,
they always do
on your phone, but like it wasn't like an app that you download.
It was just like naturally a part of it
in the phone, and you usually have like a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I had was this insane game that was like, basically you had like maybe 3 lives, but that was it. If you died, you got sent back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
All the way back. There were no checkpoints, and it was like an adventure, like platforming side scroller thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's like you're a little man, you've got like a sword, and you're going around fighting monsters and going through like puzzles and whatever. And it was so hard. I'm pretty sure I like never got past a 3rd level, and I used to play it with Jerry on the bus.
Oh,
because
Jerry.
he was better at it than I was, so I'd like hand it off to him, and he would get really far, and we're like, "Oh my god, I've never seen this part before," and then we die, and we're like, "No!" It was so much fun. It was one of the best mobile games I think I've ever played, and it was in like, oh god, when was it? Like 2005, 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So
at least I would say probably 2007 at the latest.
Yeah. So I miss that stuff.
I remember I only had free demos, and God forbid you think about asking to buy a game back then. So I had the free demos, and I remember I had Tetris, and you can only do up to 20 lines. And I remember I would always constantly see how long it would take me to do so, and like try and maneuver it so I got to make a bunch of lines, and I just had to drop a single block, like the straight line block going down the one side, in order to get the most bang for my buck out of it, my non-existent buck.
Exactly.
And I thought that was a lot of fun, because it was like, it definitely was challenging, and now I have a handful of apps on my phone that I don't even touch, but I also refuse to to delete.
Yeah, I feel that. I've got a few. I really don't play on my phone anymore. Yeah. Stuff. I have games on there, like Pokemon Go, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, I have a couple games. I'm more looking for things to, like with my phone, it's more of, like I have a lot of like a couple music apps like Spotify and Podbean and stuff. I have like Snapchat, Facebook, Reddit.
Yeah, a lot of social medias.
Yeah, and so it's like when when I'm done with the day, I'm just like, cool, I'm just going to sit and peruse real quick. Don't mind me.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was another thing, is that back in the day, social media wasn't nearly as big of a thing. So
I remember back in middle school when I don't know if the current. Sorry, I got to change the password of my own work thing, and I don't know what the password is.
okay.
But I remember in middle school I had a Facebook, and I used to wrestle in middle school as well.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friend at the time, Visco, he had a phone that had 3G, the peak technology.
3G.
And I remember it was like, it would take a little bit, but fuck you, it met the requirements. It would take a little bit, but we'd be able to do the, like, play the games and stuff. And it was like, oh my god, this is great. And now every time I see my phone on 3G, it's like, come
It's like
on,
unusable.
pick up the pace. I'm just trying to respond to a Snapchat. That's all I want to do.
It's like if I go traveling somewhere and I have like a crappy mobile international plan. It's on like 3G, 2G, and I'm like, it's basically unusable. I can't like use the internet. I can't load anything. There's no point. But back then, you get 3G, and it's like, oh my god,
I can use
I'm getting a
anything.
whiplash right now from how quick this thing is.
Oh my god, did you see that? I just went. Oh, that's why I keep thinking. I'm trying to loophole the system and change my password to the same thing it already is, and it won't let me, which is stupid.
Good.
But like, I remember that it was like I was able to check my 7th grade Facebook and see nothing of importance. And just being like, oh my god, look how fast this is going. And now I'm just like looking at my phone and I'm like, I swear to god, it's on 3G and I'm just trying to send a message saying, hey, I'm running late from work. What do we need from the store?
Yeah.
Like, and at
3G
times like that, I'm legitimately reflecting back, and it's like, this used to be the peak of technology, and now I can't just be like, hey, what do I need from the store? Because my workplace has pretty crap service.
3G was definitely the future of technology, and now we have 5G, and it gives you disease.
Oh my god.
How far we've come.
I have a story about a person that walked into the store. So, being in a store open during quarantine, we have a lot of interesting characters that walk in.
Of course.
And this one guy, he was just doing his thing, shopping, and I'm like, find everything you were looking for. And he's like, yeah, I'm good. And I'm like, all right, sweet, nice. And then he goes like, yeah, these masks are annoying. And I'm like, oh, you're telling me my beard's its own entity now, like it's become sentient. I have a small ecosystem consisting of isopods living in it.
I like to think you said all of these things to this random man you encountered in your store.
I said everything but the last part about this. I've said the small ecosystem. I didn't include the isopods, though.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad
I do not sugarcoat anything with people I talk to at work.
If I talk to them enough, I'll intimidate them away from speaking to me more.
That's a little bit of the philosophy. Although it seems to bring people closer to me, and I can get to that in a second.
Oh no.
So, and he's just like, well, I'm doing it because I have to. And he's just said there was this podcast I was listening to that was talking about this, and I just kind of went, oh, really? What?
I have a podcast.
And I didn't say that, but I'm like, oh, really? Like, what did they say? Because this was like pretty early on, and then the dissension this man, in my opinion, started, where he's just started going. It's like, you know why this is all happening right now specifically? And I straight up went, it's like, because we're starting to realize that eating wild meats isn't as healthy as it meant to be, because it's a lot more like, people are treating it a lot more specialized as opposed to being a regular part of diets. And he just looks at me and goes, no.
No, you idiot.
It's because it's literally, that's what he said. He said, it's because all these 5G towers start coming out, and now all this disease and is all widespread. Think about the countries that hit first: China, Italy, America. And then I'm just kind of like, well, these are very populated areas. And he just goes, like the podcast I was listening to said that 5G, the 5G towers are giving off signals that cause cells to vibrate at a specific frequency, releasing the coronavirus into our systems.
Fact.
And then he just goes, you know how you feel your phone vibrate, but it's not in your pocket? It's just like that. And I just go, well, what? I just was like, I'm just gonna, like, I just baffled.
My eyes have been opened.
And he says, you know what's the only way to save us now? And I just go, advancing in medicine. And he goes, oh no, that's, of course, advancing medicine and research definitely doesn't save it. What we need is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Jesus can fight 5G.
If we inject a little bit of Jesus into our veins, then we'll be safe from the 5G virus.
So I did the only reasonable thing. I just finished ringing him up. I said, have a nice day. Need any help to your car? And he's like, nope. And I said, kind of gave it a thank God. And then after he walked out the door, I looked at my coworker and I just mouthed, what was that? And then I proceeded to
be with you and also with you.
And then I just crouched down and took a second, because I'm like, I can't deal with what this shenanigans is that this person is talking about.
The truth is shocking. I understand.
And I just also happen to get a lot of crazy people. This one woman, she came in Tuesday night, and I don't know, she has more lies wrapped around her than any actor does.
I'm interested.
She's living out of a hotel or B&B. She's from Jersey, so I'm like, ew, gross.
Obviously, yeah.
Her kids probably hate her, and they're either being abused by their father and stepmother, or they're just completely ignoring their mother, who is either a millionaire or completely reliant on welfare. There's no in between with this woman.
What on earth?
And I'm just listening to her life story, and I'm just like, what do you need tonight? Also, I'm yelling at her to put her mask back on. I've been very well off with like the coronavirus, like not really catching it or anything.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to catch whatever she was putting out into the environment.
Not trying to catch the stupid.
Like if someone's mask dips down below their nose, but they're still like 6 feet or more away from me in the store, I'll just be like, oh, like, hey, before you head like off to go get your thing, just remember, pull your mask up. Like, just kind of like that. The second her mask dipped below like the top of her nose, I'm like, you gotta pull your mask up. I'm not dealing with your shenanigans. and she had these two little like Bijans with her, and I don't know what was wrong with her dogs, but they were peeing everywhere in the store. My coworker was so upset with them, and then came, I would say probably like, I try to be a nice person at work. I don't really care what people say towards me, if it's about me. I've been told I have to shower before, and I didn't really care that much. It turned into a joke between me and my coworkers. That was in the parking lot. And I've been called ugly to my face before as well.
Oh yeah, you told that one.
And once again, it's just a joke between me and my coworkers. And now, and this woman, I'm just like, oh my god, I could take all this. And I walked up one aisle to find a bag for someone, and there's just these giant turds in the middle of the aisle.
Oh.
And I'm just like, I walk up to her, I'm like, ma'am, did your dogs poop in the aisle? And she's just like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, are you sure about this? And she's like, well, they might have. You show me where it is, and if it's my dogs, I'll clean it up. And this is also after like 10 minutes of her singing and dancing through the aisles. And I'm just like, at the time I was just like, she's not bothering anyone. I'm just going to let her do her thing and get her out as fast as possible. Turns out she was bothering the other people in the store, which I didn't know about, but if I knew about it, I would have kicked her out easily.
Yeah.
And her dogs peed everywhere and pooped everywhere, and she stops me on her little short walk up one aisle to show her where the dog poop was. And she just goes, I'm sorry, I'm under a lot of stress right now. My son is in a court battle, I think it was. And
so was it her poop? Like what?
So here's the thing though. This is what I said, and she's like, so I might have not noticed it. I'm like, ma'am, I don't care if you noticed it or not. I just want to know if it's your dogs or not. And I literally said it verbatim. If it's not your dogs that pooped in the aisle, that means a person did it. I said that like just looking at her straight in the eyes, straight face. If your dogs didn't poop in the aisles, a person did. That's the only other option.
I love it.
Turns out it was her dogs. Surprise.
I love retail.
And she makes her way out, and I'm done with her at this point. And as she's being rung up, she's telling me her life story. And I just went into full, like, autopilot. I stood there at the register, nobody else was in the area, and I just went, yeah, just periodically, like, not even when she was finishing thoughts. I just kind of went,
Yep. Yep.
No, there was no life in my eyes. I was I was as dead as I am on the inside, on the outside. And so that happens, and it's just like, and she leaves, and I'm like, okay, bye. Oh, I forgot to mention that my interactions with her started with a phone call. She called the store, which happens all the time. People call and ask if we have things, or if we're open, or they can make a grooming appointment. And she just goes, do you carry Halo, which is apparently Ellen DeGeneres' dog food brand? And I said, no. And she asked if I was sure, to which I say, hold on. And I put the phone on hold. I look to the side, just killing time, and then I just pick up the phone. Yeah, we definitely don't have it. We haven't had it in a long time. Well, your store in New Jersey has it. Yeah, we don't.
Yep. You should go to the store in New Jersey then.
So, if I can't get my dog's dog food there, can I feed my dog's cat food? No.
What? Why? Hang on. So you don't get the specific dog food brand that you want. So instead of going to
another
a different
store.
dog food brand or another store, but specifically another dog food, you go to cat food?
Yep. And I said, no. Do you have Halo and cat food? No. Why can't dogs eat cat food? Because cats are
Can your
carnivore.
dog eat dog food? Like what?
I literally, it was just like, well, you see, cats are carnivores, dogs are omnivores. And then after a quick explanation of carnivores and omnivores, she was like, okay, thank you, have a nice day. And I'm like, you too. And then I just looked at my coworker who I was with that night, and she just looked at her, and I'm like, what was that conversation? And she's like, why? And I'm like, I'm just going to sum it up in one sentence. Can my dogs eat cat food? And my coworker's just like, what?
Yeah.
So,
Me too.
that was Tuesday, and then she came back on Thursday. And apparently one of the things didn't ring up as clearance, and I was just like, oh, sorry, we could fix that for you real quick. And the assistant manager of the store, it was a shipment day, so we're moving a lot of stuff, and he always tries to find things to do outside of that. He was like listening in, and I'm like, oh yeah, no problem, we'll ring it up and we'll change it out for clearance. But what if about this? And I'm like, sure, why not? We can get you fixed up. And then he was just like, he kind of walked over and was starting to help a little bit, like, with me. And I saw that as an opportunity to get out while I could. So when he was like he was starting to answer some questions, and she was like, "Oh, I can't find my receipt." And I'm like, "We can look it up for you." And then I said, "Here, Ethan, do you want to look it up on that register? I'm gonna pick up this like order that somebody ordered online that we're gonna bring out to their car." And I slowly maneuvered my way out of her grasp.
Perfect.
And unfortunately, she was only there for 10 minutes this time. Because it was unfortunately because I wasn't dealing with her. And it's funny to watch others struggle with the crazy people. And then it's just like, he came to the back room where we're all doing shipment, and he's just like, what was that? And then me and my coworker that worked Tuesday night, we're just like, I know! Imagine 20 minutes of that. And
I like her.
if she follows her current trend, there's going to be an issue she discovers tomorrow, and she's going to be back tomorrow night.
I hope she is. I would like to hear more of this lady.
I kind of hope so, too. I got just... Maybe the next episode we make, it'll just be Tales of Retail.
Retail's fun. I've never worked in it, but my family has. At least my dad and my sister, and I've heard plenty of things. And it's really... I think my favorite thing is a meme that I saw one time that kind of sums it up, where it's like retail workers talking to a customer, and they're like, "Hi, is there anything I can help you with today?" Like, yeah, it really all started once my son died. And they're like, okay, so what kind of dog food did you want?
That happens way too much.
I love it.
It's insane. Like, I get it, some people just need someone to talk to, and I'm fine with that.
It's not the cashier, dude. Don't go for that.
And, and it sucks because, there are some legitimately sad moments where it's like, oh, what, when we do a return, we have to ask, why are you returning this? Like, you bought this 2 days ago. Is there something wrong with it? Is it damaged? What is it? And it has happened a couple of times where it's like, oh, what seems to be the issue? And they're just like, oh, my dog died last night, and so I'm returning this. And we're just like, oh, no. I'm so sorry. Like, those moments, I legitimately feel bad about, because that's not fun for anyone, and it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not, I don't want to hurry them up out of being rude, but it's just like, this is a really unfortunate situation that I'm sure you do not want to linger on more than you have to.
Yeah.
And those kind of suck, but then there's the crazies, which remind me to tell you the tales of the fish tank lady in the next episode, because we're getting that time. About 45 minutes in. I can't read.
Wow, we still got a solid 15 minutes.
But we gotta finish off like we always do.
Oh, true.
I kind of forgot about it too.
I would have completely forgotten about it if you had mentioned it.
Yep. Alright. So for those of you playing along at home that haven't heard this in a couple of weeks, we like to end each show with each of us kind of leading our own segment.
Yeah.
So mine is real or fake, and I ask Calum if this, whatever situation or match type or whatever it is a legitimate thing, or if it is completely something I made up on my own, or with the help of someone who texted in or tweets it in at CastPod Tweeter.
Yeah.
And then, Callum, you can explain your part.
My thing is I make Kevin spell words. I pick a word, and he has to spell it. And it is called Dingus Dictionary.
And how well do I do at it?
You're the best there ever was on my segment.
Well, no, Tom was on your segment too.
Dang it.
Alright. Would you like to start it off, or should I?
Oh, jeez. Maybe you start, because I'm looking at stuff. Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, boy.
So, for you, there is a wrestler who, quote-unquote, wrestles with dong style.
Is it me?
No, it's not you.
Dang it.
You don't get paid for wrestling in dong style.
That's true, I do it for free.
But yeah, so his gimmick is basically that all of his powers come from his penis.
Relatable. I still think it's me, but continue.
So, like, there's a thing where someone will go, like, they'll go for, like, a punch to the groin or something like that. And there are times where it's just like, oh no, I just broke my hand. I just hit the most immovable object.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other times where their hand will get quote-unquote stuck there. And he wiggles his hips a little bit, and it causes the person to flip out of control. Like, they get completely tossed and throw and roll themselves all over the place. So you get your lovely 3 questions to see.
How big is it?
Pretty massive.
Like, canonically, do we have a size?
Hold on a second. I'll look it up for you.
Thank you.
Or make it up.
I was gonna say, like, Kevin could just be typing in, I don't know, Sonic fan fiction right now, and I'd have no idea.
No,
that's in my other tab.
It's in the other tab. That's in incognito mode.
Hey, nice.
I do not see I don't see any size, so I'm going to say 12 inches.
Perfect. Is it Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
It is not Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dang it. Okay. Final question. What's do they have a good win-loss ratio?
Currently with, like, they're in the positive, but it they're an indie wrestler, so, like,
okay.
it varies
so
promotion
like
to promotion. Yeah, it's not, no, WWE would never do that.
What do you mean? Okay, cool. I'm gonna say it's real because it's me.
It is actually real. I feel like I gave it away with way too many. Like, I was too sure of things with them.
Honestly, that could have been a very elaborate ruse. I was really thinking, like, I'm gonna say it's real, but this could easily be an elaborate ruse.
So, his name is Joey Ryan. And
Joey Ryan.
I feel like you should look on YouTube a bunch of his matches and stuff like that. I feel like you...
The Donger Lord.
I feel like you would definitely get a kick out of that.
I think I would.
Oh yeah, I forgot I pre-made a bunch of these. It's pretty... Some of these are pretty great.
I look forward to them, and so should our audience.
Alright. What you got for me?
My word for you. So I have one word today. Your word to spell. Iridocyclitis.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh god. Is it iridode or iridode?
Iridocyclitis.
IRIDO SA. How do you... Can you say it again?
Iridocyclitis.
So IRISACYTOLYSIS.
I hope anyone listening right now writes out whatever Kevin just spelled.
Yeah, we'll get our biggest fan, Tom, to do it.
Because that was incredible. No.
I'd like to point out how bad this was. I forgot the second half of the word multiple times.
You just kept saying letters. Oh my god.
And I'm just listening, and I'm go. It's like I hear iridocyclitis, and in my head I'm like, IRI.
SAYCYLCSC.
Next time we should just play the computer modem turning on.
Kevin has crashed. So the real spelling of that is IRIDOCYCLITIS. Iridocyclitis.
Wait, what?
IRIDO.
Okay.
CYC.
Oh, that's where I went wrong.
LITIS. Iridocyclitis, an inflammation of the iris, the colored part of the eye, and of the ciliary body, or the muscles and tissue involved in focusing the eye.
Yep.
Iridocyclitis. And there you go. Now you've learned something.
No.
Thank you so much for being a part of our, I don't know, second, third comeback, who knows, episode. And we will see you all soon with some more content.
Bye.